think that's going to do anything.
Hello and welcome to Failing to Read the News, episode number 100.
Didn't the last time.
26. In the chat, there's fucking nobody.
It's just, I don't know, just there, I heard that.
We're also having tech problems right now. Batman can't hear me, but I can hear him.
I don't know why I heard it.
Oh dear, oh dear.
So we think it's a sort out.
Yeah, I don't know why I heard him, because I had with stream on.
Guess you could just refresh.
So do we have some news? Yeah, Batman F5.
I'll try, but I don't.
So we'll have to wait for him to come back and then see if it works for him again. That's why I saw the article. There's like 2 people watching this anyway, so it's not like it's a major thing. I wasn't going to do that hard about it. Wait for it to come back.
Well, we know I was going to say, we know Cryptic will drop in.
Yeah, Cryptic's probably lurking right now. And now we've mentioned him, he will show up.
Yeah.
Right, is it working now?
No, I can't hear anybody. Yay.
That's weird.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with this thing.
It's working fine for me.
Working fine for me.
That's weird. Yeah, I guess she's probably some news. Hopefully they get sorted out soon. Yeah, metal detectorists end up in hospital after accidentally eating cannabis cakes.
Do what? Metal detector. Oh, isn't the person who likes to play with a metal detector? Okay.
Yeah. At least 15 metal detectorists are extremely ill after eating chocolate cake spiked with cannabis. Like, it's not going to get extremely ill, surely. Hey, hello, Anthony Brooks. I'm doing not bad yourself.
Hello, gorgeous.
It would make you extremely ill. It would make you. You'd be high for a few hours, but that'd be about it.
Yeah, but imagine being high and not knowing why it happened or how it happened.
Oh, I know how that feels.
Yeah. Hello, Peter.
One time I ate a fucking brownie by mistake, not realizing there was weed in it. So I do know how that feels. And I was fine. It was the worst part was it was just before work as well. Hello, Peter, and hello, Holly Monster. Police say they suffered extreme effects metal detecting convention in the village of High Milton near Doncaster, South Yorkshire, after the man began handing out slices for his 50th birthday cake, unaware he was laced with drugs. And that man will let you back in. Can you hear me now? Yeah, it seems to be you that's having an issue with StreamYard. Nobody else has really had much of an issue.
See, now I can't even hear Batman.
It says he's muted. It said he was muted on the thing. So maybe he's done something wrong with his microphone or something. Yeah, if only I have the stream volume on in YouTube. Oh. Weird. I'm going to hear thanks we have a storm going on. And so did we for a little bit, but it seems to have stopped. The metal detecting enthusiast had begun intending the coil to the soil event on Saturday evening when they had been given access to 300 acres of surrounding land thought to contain lost coins and other finds. The men and women who began eating the cake burst into song and started dancing while others collapsed on the floor as the jug took effect. The incident triggered a biohazard alert, with the NHS deploying a hazardous area response team at the scene. They are trying to deal with serious public threats, including terrorism. One victim said, "I just got back from the hospital and I'm okay. Just got rest for a couple of days." You could have just slept it off and you'd have been fine. This is what happened to me, my colleague, and it seems 18 others at the CTTS rally where we had a trade stand. I accepted some chocolate cake for my mate for his 50th. And he's a friend, so why wouldn't I? I don't blame him, by the way. Apparently it was made for him, however, some sick individual thought it'd be funny to give a drug-laced cake to innocent people. South Yorkshire Police confirmed that an investigation was underway, that a 48-year-old woman has been arrested and remains in custody. Chucker's back. Didn't even know he was gone.
Story of my life.
At least yours looks better than Batman's does, anyway.
Mine was at this moment, Chrome decided to update itself right then and there.
Oh.
Would have been nice if it told me it was going to do it.
Members of the metal detecting community have taken to social media to express their outrage at the sick prank. One person posted, "I cannot believe someone would be so irresponsible. Up to the people what they take and do, but heart or health conditions could lead to a fatality. I'm honestly beyond shocked." A Yorkshire Ambulance Service spokesman said 15 patients were treated by paramedics at the scene, and 13 of those were taken to hospitals in South Yorkshire for further care. The spokesperson added 8 ambulances, a rapid response vessel, 2 doctors, 2 clinical supervisors, and a guillotine on Scotsman. You saying that, but your avatar's a chicken, so. Yeah. A chicken with an American flag at that. And don't say it's an eagle, because it doesn't look anything like an eagle. Response to the scene. 15 patients were treated by an ambulance service staff on the scene, and 13 were conveyed to hospitals for South Yorkshire for further care. A blind Scotsman, nonetheless. I'm not blind, it's a chicken. That's a chicken. That's not an eagle, that's a chicken. And Batman says his devices aren't connected anymore.
Uh-oh.
It just says, but it says he's here, but it says his devices aren't connected. I don't know if he tried to say, probably because he's messing around with the settings or something. And you're a slot. Because the guy, I wish I was a slot. I'm not that lucky. talking with the streaming on help desk.
Hmm.
Cryptic is just getting the compliments tonight. And Cryptic says he's a slut. And Peter's a whore, apparently. Yeah, McDonald's customer hurls objects at staff because she couldn't have a McFlurry. It doesn't say what it is, but I'm really bet it's in Florida.
You can probably assume correctly.
Because when I read it earlier, it just said it was in the US. It didn't say it was in Florida. It didn't say what it was. So I'm going to assume Florida. Video footage shows the woman's shocking outburst, which reportedly happened when she was told the ice cream machine was not working.
Which is par for the course of McDonald's.
Yes. Yeah, there's no reason for this. I mean, just insult people because your ice cream machine isn't working. Yeah, they flew into a McFlurry fury. Yeah, she did. Yeah, an angry McDonald's customer filmed hurling objects at staff during a furious outburst, allegedly because she couldn't have a McFlurry. Video footage shows the woman picking up objects she sees around the fast food restaurant and launching them behind workers at the counter. She appears to be screaming during the 30 seconds of mayhem Phil is wearing. Chasing mails just says, oops. Oops to what? Other customers can be seen out of the branch while one stands and films the chaotic incident. The woman's abuse episode reportedly began after she was told the ice cream machine was broken. At one point, a staff member even appears to be throwing something back at her in defense. N-word. What, nigger? You can type that in my chat, I don't care. Like I see you can't because YouTube deletes it, doesn't it? You can't even type 88 anymore in the chat. Try to type 1488 in a YouTube chat, it doesn't work anymore. I mean, that's fair enough, though. If she's throwing stuff at them, then they have every right to throw stuff back. Yeah, I just see that. No, it doesn't want Peter. Yeah, what nigga doesn't come through? I mean, the ER word. The ER one, honey monster. Well, it blocks me from saying it. Shocking footage was posted on Live Leak with a caption, "Angry customer causes mayhem when she can't get a McFlurry with sprinkles." Voices in the background can be heard telling the woman to chill. People not learn that telling a woman to calm down is usually a bad idea. That's an amateur mistake, that. Nice fucking weird. I just
especially when she can't get her ice cream, damn.
Yeah, Peter, you can see it, but I can't. That's because YouTube blocks it. We're not allowed to snigger anymore. Yes, you are. You're allowed to snigger, but if it's nigger, then no. Like I just typed 88 in there, but nobody else can see, even though it's my fucking channel, YouTube. I should type the number 88 in there if I want to. What happens if someone's 88? What happens if someone in the chat's 88th birthday or something? I feel like you're excluding them from being able to allow to celebrate their birthday. Bloody ageist YouTube. It's not exactly clear where this happened, but it appeared to be a branch. It appeared to be a McDonald's branch in the US. And now Cryptic's just typing letters and random numbers in the chat now. What for? I have no idea. The Shooter game now is a cryptic. Just type numbers in the chat. 77 plus 11. Okay, cryptic, you do you. I don't know if this has been covered before, but I thought this is just irony. So I thought I'll cover it.
Context.
Yes, there's a socialist themed Monopoly game and it punks messages for tailored for capitalists. Jimmy thinks this is ironic. How come it allows you to type 88, but when I type it doesn't let me?
Because I made it specifically 88 was the year I turned it and I became a teenager.
Oh, so that works. But if you just type 88 by itself, it doesn't work. YouTube YouTube laws doesn't make sense. Winning is for capitalists. At least that's the message behind the paradigm monopoly that surfaced this week after the Twitter thread on the game spread widely. Monopoly Socialism, an official version of the game manufactured by toy company Hasbro. Players move around the board contributing to community projects, unless they steal projects to get ahead according to the product's description. When players plan skill, they get $50 minimum wage as opposed to the usual $200. And the tokens are outdated artifacts like typewriters, a phonograph, a pocket watch, old-fashioned telephone, and old-style TV set. Get ready for last, and there's the Twitter. I think the techies are streaming on just them too. Oh, it's not very good then, is it? And also, hello, Chadwick. Get ready for the last as the twists and turns of life put a damper on working towards a shared utopian society. The description for Monopoly Socialism reads, cooperation isn't always what it's cracked up to be. That's not like this now. It's a great sense of irony. It's ironic, but it's good irony. Yeah, those guys at StreamYard need to fix their mobile services. See, the mobile wasn't working so bad for me the last few days. But depending on where you are on the political spectrum, the tone of the game is either condescending or tongue-in-cheek. It's about debate this week when Twitter thread highlighting the version went viral. The game pokes fun at the ideas of working together as ultimately combo with the selfish motivations of some players. Players are offered a series of choices to highlight the potential for others to defect from socialism. They can either contribute to a community fund or choose to deplete it. I will relate to the stream again. They can consider the best interest of the group or to do what's in their best individual interest. So essentially, it basically just points out all the single flaws of socialism then, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad thing then, is it? Working together may seem ideal, but John Scars can abruptly shake things up when things such as lazy neighbors, vegan meatloaf, and bad plumbing description states. It is unclear how vegan meatloaf is a disruption to social order. Well, it probably is. If you really love meatloaf, it probably is. I feel like if it's vegan, it's not really a meatloaf anymore, is it?
Nope.
What a veggie loaf.
Soy bread.
But it's one of the many references to veganism and health food in the game that seem to echo how the internet loves to make fun of or hate on those things. Everyone loves tofu chip cookies. He made it on our pal Mark's birthday. What are you meant to have meatloaf with? I have no idea. Yeah, I've never actually had it, which confuses the Americans and Canadians that I stream with, but yeah. There's nobody coming here, so he reads one of the cards, and another card mentions the homemade granola you bought for lunch. Oh, and I go into StreamYard and the YouTube volume goes down. I have no idea what that is. I still can't hear anything on StreamYard. It goes without saying that the game is entirely interested in trying to understand what socialism actually is and how it might function. No, it seems to be pretty accurate. I don't think a game that points out the flaws of socialism is a bad idea. Caperin told CNN the game. He bought the game at Target in Philadelphia on Wednesday. At first, he thought the game was pro-socialism and found it strange that Hasbro would make a game that seemed to take a political stance. Well, I mean, a massive company isn't exactly going to be pro-socialist, are they? Pro-corporatist, sure, but not pro-socialist. I mean, if I was the owner of a fucking massive company, I wouldn't want to get put in fucking public ownership.
I don't see how it's really. It's not really surprising because a socialist-based monopoly. I mean, they've been making everything, everything based, monopoly. So it's only a matter of time before they came out with that one.
Yeah. But then again, the same people that are hating this are the same people that think like Monopoly is a game against capitalism. So yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of StreamYard. Blame Canada for everything. Yeah, blame Canada because they're not even a real country anyway. Yeah, but she said was equally on. Canberra doesn't describe himself as a socialist, though he said his politics are left of centre. But as someone who studies the 1960s and a student protest movements, he said he understands the game's theory. Let me say that are critiques of socialism, and people say the market is better at delivering certain types of services than the government. Well, yeah. The game didn't seem to be talking in those terms at all. It just seemed to be saying that socialism is bad and makes you poor. It's going to give all your money away constantly. Hasbro is not responding to multiple comment. The game ignited outrage from some people across the political spectrum. From those who genuinely agree with Caper's observations to U.S. Senator Ted Cruz, who criticised Caper's in his own thread of his own. Why are lefty academics so here pointing out the manifest failures of socialism? Because they can't accept that their ideas failed. They just want to win. They don't care what actually happens. They just want to win at all costs, essentially. While the board game was available online at Target as of Thursday afternoon, it now appears to be removed from Target's website. In all seriousness, Meatloaf is very versatile. I've never had it. Stuck in a dead zone again, is it? Oh.
Yeah, I've had it. Meatloaf is glorified. It's a hamburger, stuff mixed into it and baked in a loaf. That's it.
Well, we say. Well, the board game was available online at Target as of Thursday afternoon. It now appears to be removed from Target's website. Meatloaf is awesome. I hope you never had it. Because it's not very common over here, that's why.
The cool thing about Meatloaf is there's no two meatloafs that are exactly the same.
I'm gonna figure out how to send you some. I'm sure I can find it somewhere and make it myself. I can't imagine it's that difficult.
All you need is ground beef, and past that, whatever kind of spices you want. Some people use onion soup mix. Some people, use real onions. Some people just dump ketchup in it, form it into like a bread loaf, stick it in a pan, and there you go.
It looks like a sausage roll without the pastry. Not really. You're a meatloaf. So cryptic, you're saying I'm a half decent singer than if you say I'm meatloaf.
Uh-oh.
What? What happened?
I've got half a feeling in a few minutes you're going to have to sing That You Would Do Anything for Love.
I'll give cryptic ideas. Yeah, nice one, Scott. Yeah, we'll see. Monopoly, a party that makes fun of socialism, might not seem all that unexpected. Saltines. We're just listing food. This is mean because I haven't actually had any food yet. I haven't had my dinner yet. This is mean. What are you talking about food? Monopoly, a party that makes fun of socialism, might not seem all that unexpected. Most common version of Monopoly. Players move around the board, building and trading properties, collecting rents and normally trying to force their opponents into bankruptcy. But the woman who invented the game intended for it to be a lesson about wealth inequality, according to many piling the offer of the monopolist's obsession. And the scandal behind the world's favorite board game. Born in 1886, Elizabeth Magie often spoke out against the railroad, steel, and monopolists of her time. In 1904, she invented the game and painted with what she called the landlord's game. In the game, players. People are still talking about food in the chat. It's just cruel, people. Collecting money and paying rent, I had two different sets of rules, one for monopolists and one for anti-monopolists. Show how different approaches can be to property ownership could result in different social outcomes. Phelan wrote in the 2015 article in the Smithsonian.com, the Maggie's game was initially sold to a New York-based publisher, but a homemade version spread throughout the Northeast. Eventually, she writes a man named Charles Darrow. Because no one's listening to what you're saying. I kind of guessed that one a long time ago, but I started, so I'll finish, Peter. Saying, great. Let's see what I have to sing now. With some Meatloaf song. Please. God damn it. Oh, hey, at least I get paid for this. Looks like it's free. No, yeah, of course you are now listening. You only listen to me sing these days. That's what it seems like. I'm gonna wait till I finish rolling my cigarette and then I'll this stupid fucking thing. pulling the fucking. I should really realize before the stream. That's the that's viewers of this channel will know I'm not sadly very prepared for these things. Thank you, Cryptic, for the £5. And I would do anything for love. I'd run right the hell back. I would do anything for love. I'll never lie to you, and that's a fact. I'll never forget the way you feel right now. Oh no, no way. And I would do anything for love. So thank you, Cryptic, for the £5. I figured I've already finished. Hey, you did it so half-hearted. Give it some whaley. I'm not drunk enough to give it some whaley.
For fuck's sake.
It's still fucking off of you.
Welcome back, Batman.
I don't think he can hear us.
I guess not.
That's still fucking up.
You know, it's a completely unrelated song, but now I'm going to have a song going through my head the rest of the night. Though it's cold and lonely in the deep dark night.
Well, he sounds like Willie in a Scottish accent. Does he? Jane Enthusiast 27 with a mental age of 4 is told to take off his fat controller costume at a Thomas the Tank Engine event because he was impersonating a member of staff.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, if he wasn't even doing anything. It was just.
It's a kid having fun.
Well, it's not a kid. It's an adult with a who has the mentality of a kid. The person's 27. So, but still, I mean, if he wasn't doing anything, then an adult with a mental age of 4 was ordered to remove his fancy dress costume at Thomas the Tank Engine event because he was impersonating a member of staff. So what? He said he has a mental age of 4. That's what 4-year-olds do. You know?
This person showed up in a costume to an event of some sort.
Yeah,
if you got a problem with people showing up, if you got a problem with people showing up to an event like that in a costume, I pray you never go to a Comic-Con.
Yeah, it was a Thomas the Tank Engine event, so I'm going to assume there was a lot of kids there.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't this where Bob's got ignoring the news? No, it's not. Also, privileged white male, enjoy your range. If it isn't, he's ripping me off then. Also, who's Bob's?
That's what the Wolverine calls everybody, right?
Morning, Tom, or I guess evening, Tom, technically. Ah, sweet 14. 4115. Yeah, 4115 indeed. I haven't had that for a while. Gonapel 27. He was aware of neurogenic disorder called Angelman syndrome, which causes severe intellectual difficulties, dressed up as the station master to attend the event in Brecons Caledonian Railway in Angus near Dundee on Saturday. I'm going to say there's probably a lot of kids that have been. A lot of kids probably go dressed up as well. So where's the issue here?
I don't see an issue.
Just because he's technically an adult doesn't mean
I see a person coming to some sort of event in a costume themed along with the rest of the event. So I don't see a problem at all.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom.
No, I don't think he was ripping off. I think I recall him hearing Spring of the idea of putting a news segment in the chat and ignoring. Chat basically distracting him from inspiring, ignoring the news, running for who he was who. Did it cause any confusion? I'm not sure. I need to read the rest. I skimmed it, but I didn't actually read the whole thing in detail. Mother Laurie Alexander said the family were shocked when they were told Mr. Bell would have to remove his hat and tie on health and safety grounds. Health and safety. The worst thing that would happen, right, is someone would have asked him something. And I assume he was with his mum the whole time, so what would happen is he would just say, like, he has learning difficulties or something, and then, yeah. That would have been that. That would have been that difficult. Really would it? Miss Alexander from Dundee said a trained enthusiast son would also told to sit away from all of the visitors before boarding for fear of mistaken identity. I'm totally broken and cannot stop crying about what happened, she said. Gareth has Angelman syndrome. He's a gentle giant. He's a toddler in a big man's body. The man asked Gareth to remove his hat and tie because he was impersonating a member of staff. I was also told he had to sit further along from the platform, away from other visitors. He blamed health and safety. What is that? Jesus Christ, she needs to get a life. Who needs to get a life?
The person who complained.
Yeah, probably. There's not much else I can say encrypting. Yeah, you would think you would think it wouldn't cause any confusion, but clearly not. You think it'd be that? You think it would just be easy as that, but not to these people, obviously. Gareth eventually chatted on Thomas, but left his uniform behind on the station bench. Miss Alexander said the experience was hugely upsetting. Gareth has always loved change, and he adores Thomas. I just wanted to swallow the ground up and thought I was going to start crying. I kept my emotions in check because Gareth was unaware of what was happening. When I asked him to take off his costume, he told me, "Bad mummy." Well, he's got the mentality of a 4-year-old, so yeah. I don't think that would work very well. No crazy frog. His father Robert said Mr. Bell recently went to Perth to see the Flying Scotsman while dressed as Station Master Gareth without any difficulties. So yeah, there wasn't a problem there. Why is it suddenly a problem here then? I don't see what the problem is. I really don't. And the staff then did everything they could to try and accommodate him. He even got to wave the train off from the station. Stuck on the dead zone again, is he? Sounds like it. Oh, he'll be back. Gareth is 6'3" and doesn't look like he has learning difficulties, but not everybody that's disabled is in a wheelchair. Yeah, true. The situation could have been handled totally differently. It's a real shame that he's come to this. And the conductor must have grabbed his doors wrong instead of his too tight. Maybe. The couple turned the shed into their garden. Turned the shed in their garden into the station for Gareth, who is a well-known figure in the Finchley community. A spokesman for the volunteer-run Caledonian Railway has apologised and has now invited Gareth back to Brecon to make amendments. You still there?
Still here.
I thought you'd maybe gone out there, so. He said, we'd like to apologise for any upset that was caused, which is never our intention. We're not here to single anybody out, we clearly singled him out. And this was a case of miscommunication between two parties. And we'd like to clear the air and invite Gareth to join us next weekend at the station to look around on the train ride. Oh, I need to sing again. People stop giving cryptic ideas.
Dude, it's making you money. Be happy.
At what cost, though? Yeah, baby. Whip it to me, Miss Bang, just a little bit. When you get home, just get home now, just a little bit. Hey, we'll put on fire again. Thank you, Cryptic, for the £5. Yeah, baby, whip it to me, Miss Bag, just a little bit. When you get home now, just a little bit. RSE, RESPET. I know what it means to me. RASEPT. Take care, TBC. Oh, suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me. Hello, Rosie. You came here at a very weird time. And also thank you, Cryptic, for the £5 again.
Hello, Rosie.
Hello,
Got here
Crystal.
just in time to hear Scotsman fail with suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me.
And the cost of any share of dignity you managed to claw back between streams. Yeah, the trouble with that is I think I didn't have much dignity to begin with. I'm not doing that bad, Rosie, yourself. Are you doing a spec song like Liz Ward? No. Oh, look at that. I didn't have much dignity to begin with. It's well and truly gone now. And it's by Aretha Franklin. Angelman syndrome affects about 15,000 people. It's about 1 in 15,000 people, or about 500,000 individuals worldwide. Symptoms include severe intellectual disability, developmental disability, speaking problems, balance and movement problems, sleeping, and seizures and sleeping problems. Well, you could say this BLB for now. It probably, but I'm dyslexic, so I get away with that. I hope anyway. Yeah, but you guys must have seen Liz Warren dancing to the spec, so no, I haven't. To be honest, I don't want to see that. So yeah, I think the people who complained about it just need to get a life. They wasn't doing anything wrong, so why punish him? I was gonna say you did Liz Warren thing because that's cultural appropriation. The one thing that is cultural appropriation. Yeah, when she did, she pretended to be fucking Native American for how long? So she clearly doesn't care about cultural appropriation. Oh, you must watch it. It's the most white thing I've ever seen. If you're dyslexic, sing ABC is usually 1, 2, 3 then, skills. So maybe dyslexic, but I still write better than you do. And that's not even a lie. So yeah. It's probably the first actually political lie. Well, I guess socialism won't count, but I love everything Scully sings, to be honest. I don't. Anyway, I've heard a retarded article. Yeah, but I don't care to correct. Government putting Britons at risk by stripping ISIS member citizenship, former Defence Minister warns. How so? The government is putting Britons at risk by depriving ISIS members of their British citizenship, a former Defence Minister has said. Tobias Elwood told The Independent the detention of thousands of jihadis and their families was creating conditions for an ISIS resurgence. We'll see Daesh 2.0. He warned, we'll see a repeat of Al Qaeda. Regrouping and becoming a very real threat. And that threat won't just pose itself for the Middle East, also to Britain. Well, that's why you should strip their citizenship and not let them back in. I feel like that's not very difficult. That's why you strip their citizenship, so you can avoid this threat. I don't see why that's such a complicated thing. A former soldier whose brother was killed in the 2002 Valley bombings said more British victims have been killed in terrorist attacks abroad than in the UK. Well, if they're fighting for terrorist ideologies, if they're fighting for terrorist organizations, they get killed. I don't care. Fuck them. So basically, from what I can see in the chat, the video is basically just the video of Elizabeth Warren was basically just her having a stroke, apparently. Okay. We've still got attacks taking place. We've got the ideology alive, said Mr. Elwood. He was sacked as Defence Minister by Boris Johnson. Well, judging by this, I'm glad he was sacked. You've done well to stand up to the lead of the nation on the battlefield, defending Daesh and the Caliphate, but the last piece of the jigsaw is 20,000 fighters that nobody really wants. There's a good reason why nobody wants them. Because they went to join a fucking terrorist organization. That's their own fault. They'll regroup to fight another day. We're already seeing it. Mr. Elwood said the UK had not concluded our mission to defeat ISIS, adding we need to complete it rather than allowing it to haunt us in the future. We step forward because we've had a sense of duty and values and standards. Well, we just give up on what we're fighting for. And he spoke as American Sajid Javid stripped Jack Lance of his British citizenship as well as everyone else here. Macron is throwing a wobbler when Boris Johnson said we're not paying the EU a penny. No, and to be honest, we if anything they owe us money. Because we spent like something like about of all the years that Britain's been in the EU, we've given them more money than we've gotten back for all but one of them. If anything they owe us money. As well as Jemima Begum and two members of the Beatles terror cell. This means the government will not repatriate them from Syria for trial. Has cancelled their passports and will bar any attempt to entry to the UK. Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Bangladesh and Canada hit out of the government for offloading Britain's responsibilities over Begum and Lance, who publicly pleaded to return home. Well, you shouldn't have got to fucking fight ISIS then, you cunts. That's what you deserve. You got to fight a terrorist organization, you get what you deserve. It's still 20 degrees here, I'm melting. Yeah, I'd probably melt in that as well. They're among thousands of alleged ISIS members who are detained by the Syrian Democratic Forces, whose plea for the UK to take back its jihadis has so far been refused. Good. You know, Tom, you say people are pussies, but you fucking, for you, like fucking 10 degrees is like fucking -6 or something. It's funny to explain 7 degrees here, Rosie. Jesus. Tom, it's not even that cold for you, but it's only like fucking 10 degrees for you, which is like, it's only like 10 degrees for you, you fucking wimp. That's average weather. The Independent understands that dozens of British ISIS members and at least 30 children are in custody. The foreign minister, Mr. Elwood, attended meetings in 2015 and 16 where international members of the US-led coalition drew up plans against ISIS. We talked about cutting financing, cutting off the online presence and recruitment, cutting off the connectivity and stopping the movement of people into ISIS territory, he recalled. The one thing he never did was say, okay, fine, when the caliphate finally falls, and you get a max exodus or surrender of people as you do in any regime, well, what's the process? It's 8 degrees right now and freezing my nuts off. You fucking wimp. Fucking freezing off at 8 degrees.
According to my thermometer, it's 22 outside.
See, anything above like 15 is too warm. 8 degrees is still shorts and t-shirts weather, Tom.
They say it's supposed to get to about 12 here tonight. It just means if I actually manage to get home tonight, I'm going to be driving home with my windows down.
But you can't see how you're a wimp. That's why. I only ever put my heating on when there's a danger of frozen water pipes causing a burn. Like, yeah, I really don't really put my heating on anyway. Ever either. At the moment, we're just behind the barbed wire with no process whatsoever of the SDF, unable to manage it. Hundreds of ISIS prisoners have already been released from jail in Syria after Kurdish authorities holding them said they had no blood in their hands, and there are fears that more will be freed without any formal assessment of the danger they pose. Well, that's a serious problem. Adel Kamira, Mona Kurdish Ford Affairs Minister, told The Independent that thousands of detained ISIS fighters, women and children, are a big burden. They belong to 49 countries. They don't have documents and passports, he said, speaking earlier this year. Well, I guess it sucks to suck. I mean, there's nothing you can really do about that. We cannot bear this responsibility alone. We need to ask the international community and the countries which ISIS members belong to take up its moral and legal duty to repatriate their citizens back to their countries. No. And they're from here and they went over there and they're adults, so they can fuck off. The British government has refused to call and has not yet proposed an alternative judicial protest or long-term solution for detainees. Mr. Elwood said in the early days of the battle against ISIS, where the UK supported Kurdish forces on the ground, of the airstrikes, few prisoners of war became murdered because fighters were killed in the battle or committed suicide attacks. As ISIS territory shrank, the US-led coalition vastly underestimated the number of people inside its remaining pockets of territory and did not prepare for the surrender of thousands of men, women, and children in March. Tens of thousands were crammed into the refugee camp where the black flag of ISIS was raised in July. Good way to go. That's the other day, you need to steal their Wi-Fi. This is a lot of shit, to be honest. This is word salad at this point. Honestly, it's just fucking Can I see it?
Paid by the word.
They can't just don't let them back in. That's like they don't let them back in. Warren Sal was 7 out in dress. Can you give us signs of it? Yeah, I'm going to move on to more funny stuff, I guess. Aberdeenshire Museum with poo speared on the walls beats Edinburgh City Zoo in TripAdvisor status. Peterhead Prison Museum in Aberdeenshire has been named as one of the best tourist attractions in Scotland. Barbed wire, feces, and blood scarred walls are not features you'd expect from one of Scotland's best rail attractions. I'm not answering that question. I'm not going to answer that with a dignified response. But the former Aberdeenshire prison has become a surprise hit with tourists, while one of the country's pride attractions, Edinburgh Zoo, continues to be slammed by unhappy visitors. Yes, they are. They are what? Peterhead Prison has been
Bloodstained
involved
walls and barbed wire, and some kid with cotton candy going, "Mommy, look." There's something disturbing about that.
with poo on the walls. I don't know why there's poo in the walls, because there was a guy like years ago. Because there was a guy who did a protest years ago where he used to smear himself in shit and put on his walls and stuff.
Nice.
Because it was a protest to get him released. Well, to get himself released. I don't think it ever worked. I don't know where that guy is now, but yeah. Let's see. Spring of Glowing points bumping into a 5-star. Trusted review site TripAdvisor earning a prestigious 5-star event from Visit Scotland. Well, that's a great start to come back to. Piss and shit on the walls. Yep. If I'd been in charge, I'd have just locked him in the cell until he got sick. I don't know if he did get sick. I mean, he smeared shit all over his walls and himself, so I imagine after a while he probably did. Such an accolade is more commonly attracted to luxury hotels and scenic hotspots. But the allure of the former Victorian jail, which witnessed the notorious 1987 prison riots, reopened as a museum 3 years after its closing in 2013, appears to be its tours of cells with blood on the walls, smelly shower blocks, and hospital areas. Meanwhile, Edinburgh Zoo is failing to captivate some tourists and witness the surge in the number of terror reviews on TripAdvisor during the Edinburgh Festival. I'd lock him up. I'd lock Scotty and have him whip BG like this man who he is. Oh, they even work. We're not even a thing anymore, Crypto.
Why not? I mean, why not if this place is a big tourist attraction? I mean, look at the U.S. Alcatraz is still a hugely popular tourist attraction. One not too far from where I live is the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, supposedly haunted as hell. You know, a lot of old psychiatric places and retired prisons are huge tourist traps. So,
yeah. Since I started talking,
people are just a lot more morbid than anybody wants to give them credit for.
Yeah. People still complain about freak shows, but you still get like documentaries about people like the man with like 4 arms and stuff like that. It's really not that different.
Yeah.
They're just better ways. We just have better ways of wording it. Meanwhile, Edinburgh Zoo is failing to captivate some tourists, and has witnessed a surge in the number of terrible reviews during the Edinburgh Festival. Since the start of August, around 90 visitors have left a review with 63% branding the attraction poor or terrible. Anthropology agrees with you. At the start of August, around 90 visitors have left terrible one-star reviews, accounting for more than 42% of August reviews. One customer branded it the worst zoo ever, and while another described it as a disgrace. One disgruntled visitor slammed the £21.95 fee for an adult ticket on the gate, saying it's absolutely disgusting. Trade to see filthy clothes, and also the zoo was terrible. The whole zoo was terrible. Was in a terrible, disgusting disgusting state with litter. People are way more darker than I like to admit. Yeah, true. Zoo chiefs say they continue to see very positive feedback from visitors and remain one of Scotland's most popular attractions. You say we advise visitors to make most of our daily animal talks and feeds to return to their enclosures at different times throughout the day. Because I thought your shirt's going to be yellow. Lost the bloody do in Scotland by the sounds. Not really.
Well, being Asian, cryptic is somewhere between light African American and jaundice.
Visitors to Peterhead Prison Museum was currently cost £9 for an adult and £4.50 for the child. Described as a fascinating, unusual piece of heritage. 1 5-star review wrote, if you're looking for a museum with difference, then this is the place. Tours give an insight into the history of the riots, which saw British Special Forces intervene with smoke bombs and stun guns more than 30 years ago. Former prison guard Jackie Stewart, who was held hostage and paraded on Rift during the riots, is among the guides. Peterhead Prison's operations manager Alex Geddes described the Visit Scotland award as well exciting and very humble. I guess they found a way to make money out of the old prison, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, with the popularity that Ghost Hunter shows, I'm sure it's got to help that too.
Yeah. What? One fucking load. Man spent 5 days with his head jammed in a step ladder because he was unable to reach the phone after falling while decorating his bathroom in France. That's rather unfortunate.
Yeah.
A Frenchman spent 5 days alone with his head jammed in a step ladder after slipping from it while decorating his bathroom. France is now Europe's Florida. The man in the 60s has not been identified. Was at the top of the steps when he fell and his head got wedged between the two bars, local media reports. He was unable to get his phone, and his cranium became increasingly swollen in the rungs of ladder at his home in Matancourt, northeastern France. Nobody was able to hear him calling out for help, and it wasn't until his sister visited on Friday when he discovered that her brother still conscious but severely dehydrated. So why is he's very lucky he didn't die then.
Yeah.
And if he was there for 5 days and didn't drink anything, presumably, then yeah. Emergency services rushed to the scene to eliminate his head from the step ladder. But he was taken to the hospital in the nearby town of Epinal. He underwent checks on his head, but severed and suffered reduced blood flow throughout his ordeal. Well, at least he didn't die. There's that. Frenchman doesn't have the same ring to it as Florida man, though. True, but I can't imagine what's worse, French people or people from Florida. But I gotta get Bathways from Florida, so I'm probably gonna just say. Yeah, I'm gonna say
so is Matt Tanuki.
Yeah. I think Hong Kong owns the frogs now. I didn't like the frogs, like snails. Yeah, these snails on the fucking escargot and frog leg. Bailiff forced to count 423 pounds in coins. While the man pays debt with bag of change.
Do what?
An annoyed bailiff. Basically, it's I don't know what you call them over there.
Bailiff.
Yeah.
Officer of the court.
Yeah, when someone has bankrupt or has debts or whatever, yeah.
That'd be the clerk, probably the court clerk or something.
An annoyed bailiff was forced to count 423 pounds in coins after he handed him a bag of change to pay his debt. A video posted by Blurts' Grime on Facebook shows the debt collector standing in the front garden with a Wetherspoon's bag full of coins and Waterstone's bag. And Waterstone's is the bookshop over here. The man referred to as Lee filmed the bailiff's reaction when he told he would have to count the coins inside. Have to count the coins outside. Bailiff can be heard calling his boss to ask, "What's the most I can take in change?" This lunatic tell me I've got £423 in change. It's just. He later tells Lee to go.
There are people who've tried to started trying to do that in the U.S. The court clerks just refuse it. You got to pay it, but you got to pay it in a way that the clerk specifies.
He later tells Lee to go to the bank and change the coins into notes saying Coinage Act 1973 restricts me to anything more than £5 in change, so I don't have to take it. Oh, so that's exactly what he did. But Lee insists and refuses to go to the bank. He tells the bailiff that £25 notes and the rest are in coins. £25 notes and the rest are in coins. Unbelievable, the bailiff side. I know you people like to go around and bully people. Videos are chanted almost 60,000 views since it was posted online yesterday. I wouldn't be too happy either. Web users slammed Lee's attitude and said the bailiff was just doing his job. One said just doing a job at the end of the day, you pay your debts and you won't have to annoy bailiffs. And they've agreed. They do a difficult job every day and on the whole they're nice guys. I have 2 shelves full of them. I was talking about books. I don't know. But some said Lee had the right to pay off his debt in the coins. One of them, money is money, end of. You have a debt to pay, shouldn't matter if it's in pence. A bill is a bill. It's got the Queen's head and British currency. Then it should be accepted. Simple as that. The Royal Mint has stated Both parties to the transaction are free to accept and agree to accept any form of payment, whether legal, tender, or otherwise, according to their wishes. Also, the limit legal tender amounts to accept. So yeah, there's only a certain amount of coins you can actually accept, like in a shop, legally.
Right.
To stop like people going in with like a load of like 1p coins. Saying, "Can I have this thing?"
You ever hear?
£100.
Yeah. You ever hear the story of the guy with the red light camera in America?
No.
When back when red light cameras started becoming a thing, in the intersection, you run the red light, takes a picture, sends you a picture of your car running the red light and the ticket. The guy, when they sent him the picture of him, running the red light and the ticket for $40, he sent back a picture of $40.
Hello, Blanco.
So the police decided to have some fun and send him a picture of handcuffs.
Oh, fair
And
enough.
after that, he showed up. He showed up and paid the fine.
Steve Yarns does hate Batman. Yeah. Who am I interested in typing a message to blind girl who can't see it? No, but a screen reader can read it though.
Yeah.
BBC to launch a digital voice assistant.
Probably the most judgmental AI in existence.
Also, publicly funded AI as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, killing my jokes. No. The BBC is planning to launch a digital voice assistant next year, the corporation has announced. It will not be a hardware device in its own right. It's being designed to work on all smart speakers, TVs, and mobiles. I don't like the idea of this. Upon us activated with the wake word beep. Although this is a working title, the spokesman said. BBC staff around the UK are being invited to record their voices to help train the programme to recognise different accents. At least there's that, so it might actually. So I might actually understand a Scottish accent, which these things do not generally understand Scottish accents. Literally, if I try to use an Alexa, it doesn't work on me. For some bizarre reason. I keep telling you that you're literally Hitler. Hitler incarnate. As although, to be honest, I'm actually kind of annoyed they're actually doing that because it means it might actually understand my accent, which means they can spy on me. I'd rather it didn't.
That's what I was going to say. It sounds like the BBC is finally putting out a British government version of the Alexa and Google and all that stuff that's spying on you anyway.
Yeah, the trouble is, because the BBC over here is publicly funded by the TV license. If you're on a TV, it's mandatory to pay.
Yeah. And now they'll show up and haul you off to the clink for 7 years. When they say, "What's your proof?" They hold up a recording of something you were saying to somebody behind closed doors.
Yep.
But it was within earshot of that damn gizmo.
Well, I said it wasn't going to be in hardware, and it says it's going to be implemented on the TVs and phones and stuff. So it's not like a specific smart speaker itself.
Right. It goes on all the devices.
Which is even more worrying.
And people wonder why I stick my phone in a lead-lined box when I'm off work.
BBC staff around the UK are being invited to record their voices to help train the programme to recognise different accents. Alice Benwood from the CCS Insight was among those who have expressed surprise in the news. He said he feared the BBC would find it difficult to compete with tech giants already in this market such as Amazon, Google, and Apple. Chinese tech firm Baidu and Amazon had a combined 43% share of the global smart speaker market in the second quarter of 2019. Firms like this are already able to invest eye-watering sums to solve the challenges presented by regional dialects still face problems, Wood said. He also expressed skepticism about the choice of Wake World. Typically, voice assistants use multi-syllable words or phrasing such as Alexa or Hey Google to ensure accurate identification. I fear a B might end up being unreliable, he said. I fucking hope it's unreliable. I like the idea of this. The BBC said it worked well with its research so far, barring that it was not a final decision. It said that having its own voice system would be able to experiment with certain new programs and features experiences without someone else's permission to build it in a certain way. Much like we did with BBC iPlayer, we want to make sure everyone can benefit from this new technology and bring people exciting new content, programs, and services in a trusted, easy way to use. This marks another step in ensuring public service values can be protected in a voice-enabled future. Yeah, protected. I'm going to say actually they're going to be fucking protected. He's just spying us all, maybe. Yeah, we're not protect us. That's all. Protect us from fucking nothing.
All I can see is John Hurt standing outside a window, sitting there going, "We are the dead."
Yep.
We have always been at war with East Asia.
And also, don't pay your TV license. Say I deny that. Hold on. Missouri abortion judge blocks law banning terminations after 8 weeks. After 8 weeks. That's what the problem with that is. I mean, unless I don't think that's a bad thing. Having a law like that. Because unless there's a serious medical reason, then yeah. Law banning abortion after 8 weeks. A federal judge has blocked Missouri law banning abortions after just 8 weeks from going into effect. The law, like so many past and conservative states earlier this year, would ban abortions after just 8 weeks, but many people know they're pregnant even in cases of rape and incest.
On what grounds?
Even in cases of rape and incest.
I am so sick of this rape and incest bullshit. How many of these people, I mean, it's almost like these people are sitting here parading and celebrating rape and incest. How many of these people are out there fucking raping people so much to where abortion needs to be illegal or legal?
Yeah, rape births are not that common. 8 weeks is a little early. That's quite a surprise you said that, actually. I would have thought you'd be on board with this. With me, I'd say it's like 12 or something, but no. Less than 1% is some. I thought 8 weeks is early. The law, like many plastic and service states earlier this year, Judge Howard Sachs wrote an 11-page opinion on. No, it's somewhat unreasonable. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I think the limit for me would be 12, and then after that, unless it's a serious medical reason, then you shouldn't be allowed to have one. Sometimes it takes 6 weeks to find out you're late. That's cutting it very short. I didn't find out I was pregnant until I was 4 months in. What you're saying 12 weeks is also very short? Or are you saying 12 weeks is very short? Sorry, I don't know. Judge Howard Sachs wrote an 11-page opinion on Tuesday, ruling the law would go into effect on August the 28th as planned. However, formulating the legislation on its face conflicts with the Supreme Court ruling that neither legislative nor the judicial limits on abortion can be measured by specific weeks or development of the fetus, he wrote. Instead, viability is the sole test for states' authority to prohibit abortions where there is no maternal health issue. Brazilian law would penalize medical professionals who would perform abortions after 8 weeks into pregnancy up to 15 years in prison. Yeah, 10 to 12 weeks is my limit on reasonably taking up abortion laws. Yeah, I would say 12. I agree with you there. Unless, of course, there's like a serious medical problem, in which case, fair enough, yeah. The only exceptions are the circumstances of medical emergency, such as preventing a pregnant person's death, or substantial or reversible physical impairment. See, well, that's not that bad. I guess it just needs. See, the law itself, it doesn't seem that bad then. It just needs revised a little bit. I had an abortion when I was 4.5 months, and I regret it. That's why I'm against abortion now. But the court don't uphold the 8-week ban. The measure includes a series of other bans ranging from 14 weeks up to 20 weeks. Planned Parenthood and American Civil Liberties Union sued the state in July to prevent the ban taking place, arguing that it violates Roe v. Wade. What's Roe v. Wade? I love how this law is very quick to be struck down. Yeah, to be honest, the law itself isn't actually that bad. It just needs to be revised a little bit. That's all. Any changes? New York's late-term abortion hasn't yet been brought forth yet to challenge. No, it hasn't. And that one's pretty much like, that's not even fucking fetus anymore. That's literally just baby killing at that point. They're filing the law called part of an unrelated campaign to deny parents the health care they seek and to which they are entitled. Missouri's abortion law prior to the ban were already strict, and the state has a siege of attacks on abortion rights since its original passage in May. In June, a judge ruled that Missouri's last remaining abortion clinic would continue to provide abortion services after a legal battle concerning a renewed license and new regulations. Which the clinic said violated parents' rights and safety. The clinic was allowed to stay open through August. Yeah. Still quick as hell to strike restrictions, but slow slugs to strike late-term abortion laws. And to be honest, I think it's just, to be honest, I think this is cynical, but I think it's a way of fucking population control. Is kind of what they're doing. I think. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Well, it's got to be louder than baby killers. Yeah, they do. And yes, Tom, I agree. Don't forget to press like. Don't forget to like the stream. Hell, the lunatics in the US are advocating proportional abortions. I don't think you're wrong, Scully. Yeah, I don't think I am wrong. I think it's just a form of population control. Time for the stupid article. To end on, I just seem to be by myself on here. Girl 2 gets cherry pie stuck around her neck after putting it on her head instead of the toilet. Parents should expect some accidents when toileting their kids, but one surprised dad got a rather more than he bargained for. Scott Webber, 28, had to take his toddler Dory to A&E after he just somehow managed to get a potty stuck around her head.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hello, King Larry. King Relic. Has been a long time. To what, blind girl? When 2-year-old Josie went upstairs to the bathroom instead of putting her pink potty on the glue, the little scamp rammed it on her head. Scott from YouTube blocked my post on population control. Of course they did. That's not surprising. Scott from Minehead Somerset said, I couldn't believe it when I saw what she'd done. I thought it would just come off, but her ears kept it in the way, so she was just getting mad at me. Tell me about it, though. She's just a crazy kid. I don't think it's population control. What do you think it is, boy and girl, then?
It could be that problem that somebody else was telling us about earlier.
Makes too much money. Yeah, we could also make money and be a form of population control at the same time, though. That's the thing. The two are not necessarily mutually exclusive, are they?
Well, considering Planned Parenthood considering Planned Parenthood is pretty much a money laundering organization for a lot of politicians.
Don't they steal some of the bonnie points? Yeah, they do. Oh, it's blocking $2. I'm not against population control, to be honest. But when it comes to like immigration and stuff, I think it should be done at a pace the country can manage. So in that sense, yes. If you count that as population control, then I'm okay with that. Yeah. Scott learning support practice and then trying to prize the bright pink plastic seat from his daughter's head, but was left with no choice but to take it to A&E. Scott said, I don't know what to think. I was just so shocked. I told her, stop messing about and just take it off. When she told me she was stuck, I tried myself. They're calling Josie's mum, Laura Thompson, 29. Scott took the rascal to A&E on the 6th of August. Onlookers at Minehead Community Hospital laughed at the sight of the little girl wearing the pink potty. The government sees immigrants as a way to put more money into social security. Not necessarily. I think what they see them as, they see them as pawns for their votes. That's what they see immigrants as, a lot of them. least that's how I see it anyway. So that's why they like to invite them and saying like, "Oh, we have all this good stuff here."
Why does this story remind me of that one woman who got caught in a child's small plastic car? You remember that?
I see. That wasn't a kid though. That was a grown woman.
Yeah, I know, but it just reminds me of that.
People in the West not having enough babies. To take care of old people. You know what I'm saying? Like the government does use it
Blind girl,
as
the
a pawn,
problem.
though.
Yeah, blind girl. The problem with Social Security is the money for Social Security general fund, and the politicians spent all that money out of the general fund. It was never, the money never went into this lockbox like they said it did. And now that it's all coming, now that it's coming due in record numbers, all the money that was supposed to have has all been spent. So they gotta get the money somewhere else.
Everyone's coming behind the fact the government spent all the money in SS. Well, no, because yeah, the blatantly obvious they're trying to bribe them with their vote. That's, but then there are certain governments that will bribe people with their vote, though. They'll bribe them to try and get their vote.
Yeah.
So when it comes to great replacement theory, I'm not 100% against it in a sense of governments will bring in people to get votes. If the native population isn't going to vote for them, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to be very careful what I'm saying here. Anyway, back to the article. Onlookers at Minehead Community Hospital laughed at the sale. Scott said when he walked into A&E, everyone started staring at us. I don't blame them one bit, but one woman did start laughing and Julie didn't like that one bit. She said with them, it's not funny, Lacey. It's pretty funny. But I think we can all agree it was. The family were seen within 15 minutes. That's fucking good for the NHS. Although Scott was worried she would need to cut the pulley off when they were able to remove it by just tapping Josie's ears down to her head and then sliding it off. She said the pulley is still in the boot of the car. I'm not risking her doing it again. Yeah, I don't blame him. We've got another one that. Okay, you're backstage. We're going to end soon anyway.
Yo, before you go back to your article, I think you're missing the point I was making. It's not a population control, and it's not necessarily a vote thing. It's always about the government doesn't want you to know that they already spent the money they weren't supposed to spend. And people are numbers on pieces of paper, okay? So if they can flood a bunch of people in to work and put that money back in there because we're not having enough replacement babies, then it's like it never happened, which actually is a pretty bad outlook to look at immigrants, saying basically they're the ones that are going to pay for what they already spent.
Yeah, my point was that they also use them to bribe their votes in to get votes.
Well, yeah, it's they do bribe votes, but it's two birds with one stone because the problem is illegals can't really all vote until they either have anchor babies or they're legals, but they can work and pay, goods and services taxes and whatnot. And then when they have their anchor babies, you've got two birds with one stone. And now we've got a replacement population. My disagreement wasn't that they're buying votes. My disagreement was population control. I don't think it's a population control. Government likes population. Population pays taxes.
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't 100% against the great replacement fee, so it could be part of that, maybe.
No, I think the great replacement is a conspiracy. The government is playing a numbers game. Replacement is just a byproduct of that. I don't think the government is intending to bring over immigrants, because if they are, they're going to be overthrown when they start voting. And that's not something the government wants to do. They don't want to be booted out of their positions of power. So they don't want that. What they want is the money that comes. So the government isn't sitting there going, all right, my brown-skinned pretties, replace all the white people. They're not organizing at the numbers on paper, and they're going, shit, we're in the red. How do we get back in the green? With all the people that are here only having 1, maybe 2 babies. So that's not enough to take care of us all in our retirement. Now what do? I know, ding, open up our borders and flood all the immigrants and they'll take care of it. It's a numbers game.
But that's also why they want all the illegals to come in and pay money, whether legitimately or fraudulently, and not actually become citizens, because as long as they're not citizens, they can't vote.
Yeah, don't even get my phone now. They don't want to do
Okay, you know what? I have been
selling for that
I've been
stage.
out all day. I'm shopping.
Setting the stage for exactly that. Yeah, we've gone over time anyway. Can we end this shit?
Meh.
Yeah. Chilling time, I guess.
How?
Pumpkin Trucker Channel starting between 7 and 8 a.m. Thursday, going to Springfield, Pennsylvania. Yay.
Yay.
Blingo.
1 minute. Hold. Blind trucking in a few minutes, go over there. It's all good. Yeah.
Hopefully she'll have finished her food by then. Anyway, so yeah, I'll be well. You're all a bunch of cunts. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Don't piss on the shower curtain.